Good morning, Sagittarius. I hope this day finds you well. The day of Jupiter. Thursday, the day of Jupiter. So, Sagittarius. It's really interesting because today I was so drawn to the Ankh. So drawn. And, I don't know if you have one, but it might be something that you might consider because it can actually, I was hearing the message, life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. So it could actually be a reminder for you, whenever things seem difficult, life goes on. Life goes on, Sag. So let's get to it. I've been of this mind where I want to use some of the cards I don't use very often. Have lots of cards, but the Kipper is one of those decks that is very specific, and sometimes it just seems like it doesn't apply. So, anyways, if you're new here, this is a Sagittarius channel, and I do Sagittarius things here. I am a Sagittarius Sun and Moon, which is primarily why I created this channel, because it is an energy I understand. So, that being said, if you're looking for personal readings, please check out my description box. It will take you there. And this is the daily sauce. This is what some energies that may be affecting your day. And so, yeah, it's really interesting, the energy for you. And I will tell you that I've been doing some shorts this morning, and music keeps coming up. And let me just tell you how I start my day is that I do a reading for myself first so that I can, get me out of the way. And music came up for that too. So I do really feel, and I'll tell you this, but I do really feel like there may be some messages for you in music. So what's your sign today, Sag? 1414. Okay. So if you start seeing the number 14 today, it is a reminder really about focus. Because, too, the Lionsgate portal is opening, it is really a great time for you to be really sure about what it is that you want. Because when you focus on your desires, they're going to come through, and it's like, make sure that what you're focusing on is what you truly want. Just saying. And that's what it's telling you. So, there's a, I feel like we're getting smacked by the universe in a way, right? So some influences today are house, toil and labor, main male, and distant horizons. This is really funny for me. Because if you checked out the short I did for Sagittarius this morning, there may be a move coming up. And I know there will be those who say, I'm not interested in moving, but sometimes it comes up and, we just got to go with it. So these cards are very specific, and I kind of, so being how main male is here, there's definitely a man affecting this energy. Okay? If you are a man watching this reading, this could be what you are concentrated on. And I feel like for the men, I feel like what's really going on is that you're really working for your future. It could be to buy a new home. It could be just, working on a house. It has something to do with a house. And it definitely has to do with the future. Now, this could mean moving. This could mean buying a house. This could mean just making improvements on your house. For the women, I feel like this is something altogether different. I feel like there may be a man who could be at a distance, but doesn't necessarily need to. I feel like this is a man working hard to create home for you. And they could be at a distance, or it could actually talk about the future. But I'm going to clarify these cards after I go through everything else, because I feel like this, there might be more to see. There might be. So let's get to your channeled message, Sag. This is the message from your guides, and it's pretty deep, really. Pretty deep. This is the Journey of Love deck. Okay, so it's really not just about romantic love. It's so much more. I can't actually put it into words, but loving all that is here, because I feel like, and what came out at the end was the Ancient One. So this is definitely a message from your ancestors. And, especially if things have been tough when it comes to your heart, when it comes to love, your ancestors are telling you, especially if you are interested in love, if you're interested in love coming to you, right? Sagittarius this year has been through this period of isolation. And basically because we've had to move on from people, let people go, there's been a clearing for us and a transformation, definitely. And now, you've been through this journey, and your ancestors want you to love everything. Love everything, even the bad stuff. Because the bad stuff is leading towards the good stuff, If we can't love the pain, we don't learn from it, right? So it's kind of like, oh, thank you for that. Now I know, right? And it's with Drop Into Your Heart, Rings of Time, and Knowing Without Knowing, with the Ancient Ones on the tail end. So it really starts with loving all that is, and the Ancient Ones on the end. So, especially if you've been through a lot of pain, they want you to love that too. I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually what will have the most effect on your heart. Opening your heart. They want you to feel your feelings. And they also want you to know that when it's time for love to come in for you, you're going to know. You're literally going to know, because your heart's going to tell you. And you've really been going through, the lessons you've needed to learn for this divine timing. So if you feel like love is being kept from you, that's not true. It's not true. Timing is everything, y'all. So let's get on to our second oracle with it, which is the details. The details. You're working hard on yourself, Sagittarius. Definitely. Alchemy. If you've listened to me before, I actually feel like Sagittarius is the alchemist. If you, Temperance and the Magician tell us that. I see more in the Magician for Sagittarius. I actually feel like it's a very good card for us, But the truth is you're attracting movement. You may not feel it. I've heard some people say, and I have felt it for 2 years, that something big was coming. And, the truth is that your energy is making that happen. And it's really about this. It's really tied to loving all that is that you've figured out how to integrate, how to take these bad things. Because we don't move on, Sag. This is my TED Talk. We don't move on from things. We learn where to put them. And I feel like you've learned how to make the good, the bad, the ugly work for you. Honestly. because that's what it's all about. It's about integration. It's not about moving on, you know, and this is bringing movement into your life. This is bringing movement into your life. And the truth is like you are actually drawing it to you. You are pulling it, right? Because you've done the work here. Because you've done the work. And music keeps coming out. So I actually feel as if, you know, if you listen to music today, you may find some messages in there about the movement that you're pulling into your life right now. I know, y'all. So let's see what the tarot wants to say to you. First of all, on the bottom is the Chariot. Yes, yes. The Chariot, the Strength card, and the Ten of Cups. There's going to be a big turnaround this month. There really is. I mean, of course, this can deal with romantic love, you know, but there's a sense of being emotionally fulfilled. There's a sense of you've done the work to overcome challenges. You've tamed the beast, so to say, and I really feel like you have actually done the work towards integration. I know I keep saying it, but I do actually feel it. I do actually feel it. And of course the Chariot is about, you know, the universe is pushing you forward. It's also letting the universe push you forward. And I feel like what actually happened is that you learned how to sit in challenges. That's what I was just hearing. You've learned how to sit in challenges, and it's kind of key to moving you forward. It's key to moving you forward. And there is a big turnaround coming, Sag. And I feel like also, and this is going to sound crazy, but you're learning how to be happy even when things are shitty. You are, but I feel like the tarot is definitely saying something to you in terms of self-care, Sag. Okay? So, look. You start off with the Eight of Wands. So there's an unexpected movement, unexpected change. And I feel like this may be coming from an outside source. Because often, you know, the Eight of Wands can also represent a message, communication. And I feel like you've been moving in and out of worrying about things. Particularly money, where you're going, how strong your foundation is, because we're seeing the Four of Pentacles. And there is some communication coming in that helps. I feel like, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles being reversed, that can speak of anxiety, specifically when it comes to stability. It can also reinforce a need for self-care. You know, Sagittarius, we're always the ones who worry about everyone else, right? And I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, that's cost you. That's cost you. And now there is a need for you to focus on your own self-care. And I mean, that can be the change. But I actually feel like there are outside forces that are involved with this. Because with the Emperor, Sag, you always like to appear as if everything's good, everything's fine, you know, and it may come from also a place of stubbornness. Like maybe doing things the same way all the time, which is crazy because I feel like Sagittarius is one of those signs that is really open to change. Okay, but I feel like what needs to change, for one thing, is this is about receiving outside help. It really is, Sagittarius. Because the Nine of Swords, I feel like you put on this, like, I don't want to say front, but even when you're suffering, you don't let people know. You really don't. You are determined to make people think that everything is fine. But there's someone here who sees that everything is not fine. And they want to help. And with the Hierophant being here, I feel like the way that this person wants to help is by showing you a different way. And I think I was seeing this in the live reading. You know, and this is someone who has a lot of wisdom. Could be a Taurus. Yeah, Two of Swords. Wow. And the Four of Wands. It could also be that this person reflects back to you that that they see something you don't see, right? They see something you don't see, and it's kind of like you don't see how good things are. You don't see how far you've come. I feel like this person almost might just be reminding you of what you have achieved. And that everything that you've done, everything you've been through is leading to an opening, because that's your 1111 card. Oh, oh, oh. Here's the Tower. Ugh, not the Tower, y'all. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, I just got the chill on the Hermit, y'all. So I feel like this person is making you see that everything you've been doing is preparing you for what's coming. And it, you know, of course, the 1111 card is about change. It's about a portal opening to better things. It's about stability, right? And with the Tower, I feel like when this thing comes, it's going to come in with a bang, Sag. And there are going to be things that actually fall apart. And, you know, it's so funny because the Tower has this way of destroying things that need to be destroyed. And, you know, you're being shown that. And I feel like there's a person here, the Hierophant specifically, that is just showing you that this is leading you towards, you can't see that it's leading you towards better things, but it is. It's kind of setting you up for the Four of Wands, you know, and the Four of Wands comes at a cost. It takes down whatever isn't sturdy, because the Four of Wands also represents a home, right? And, you know, so it's taking down what's not strong, Sag. You know, and with the Angel de la Nute, that tells you the worst is over. Like, I feel like you're getting this Tower because there's something else that needs to come down. Okay? And Justice is here, and the Hermit. Wow, there's so much major energy here for you, Sagittarius. So for those of you who have felt something big coming, something big is really coming. And, you know, all the hard work you've put in is going to be paid off. There's also karma with Justice, you know, and healing with the Hermit, you know, looking. And I feel like when this person does this, it does make you take a look at things. It does. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So I really feel as if this person helps you a great deal to bring things into focus, to bring things into balance. And, you know, maybe the truth is with the Queen of Swords, you needed this, like, it kind of feels like tough love a little bit for me. You know, because I feel like they're telling you that everything that you have that you can't see, that you have. You know, and how this has been leading up to what's coming. Wow. Because the Four of Pentacles is at the bottom with Temperance and the Nine of Cups. The Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Like, it's kind of like all you see is that things have been hard. But what's actually happening is, yes, maybe you had to start all over again. That's the Four of Pentacles, rebuilding a foundation. But it actually brings everything into balance for you. And all of these good things that you've been waiting for actually have a lot to do with divine timing, because divine timing is all over your reading. There may be one more thing, Sag, that needs to come down in order for all of these things to come back, to, come into balance for you. But it's happening, and you need to hang on to that. And I'm so drawn, Sagittarius, to this. Loving all that is. Like, seriously. We need those hard times, Sag. We need those hard times. So let's just take a quick clarifier at this. All this house energy. See what all this is about, right? For Sagittarius. Someone commented on one of my videos and said that I shuffle crazy. But, okay, whatever. Okay, so why is house here for Sagittarius? House. I just feel so much like there's a man that's going to help with something. That may actually represent the Hierophant. Oh, Eight of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. You might be moving. Why is house here? What does this change? Ace of Cups. Like, you're getting a new opportunity. It's a big change. It could also be a new job. And of course, Eight of Pentacles speaks about effort. And definitely this is your fortunes rising. And with the Wheel of Fortune. And it's so funny because the Wheel of Fortune is our card. There is growth here. There's growth in your money. And there's an opportunity or something being given to you, which has something to do with a house. Maybe you're just moving into a time of really financial comfort. And it definitely says that you've worked hard for it, but let's see. Let's see. What is this toil and labor for Sagittarius? Oh my God, the King of Pentacles. That is incoming wealth, Sagittarius. Wealth you have worked. And the King of Pentacles is also the Hierophant. You may be receiving help from someone. Or this could just be you moving into financial stability that you really worked super hard for. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Maybe you have to make a decision on this opportunity. Why the Two of Swords? Like, one question just leads to another. I was seeing the Tower again. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please. Okie dokie. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. This is like everything that you've been waiting for, and you don't see it. And I feel like this is about this opportunity. I feel like it's definitely something you've been working towards, but I also feel as if you don't know whether you should take it. Whether you should invest in it. It's almost like, what's that saying? It's like getting what you want and being afraid at the same time to believe it. but you definitely are. So what's this mean male have to do with everything? What is this mean male have to do with everything? Mean male. I think it's the mean male that's offering you the opportunity. King of Wands with the Five of Swords. And I feel like maybe you don't trust it. I mean, it could be that you don't trust this person. Why the Five of Swords? Maybe it seems too good to be true. Five of Swords. Yeah, with the Hermit being sideways, this could actually be someone you know, someone from your past, but there's a sense that you're not sure whether this is reliable. And it could be, you know, that you... Interesting. Justice reversed. Because this could be coming from someone that treated you unfairly in the past. Or maybe you feel that this offer isn't totally fair. Why is this unfair? Oh. I feel like this offer, okay, is coming from someone who disappointed you in the past. Who may have, like, brought this to you in the past, didn't follow through. You know, you got your hopes up to only be disappointed when they pulled the rug out. And so you're afraid to trust this person now. Okay. So that completely changed the story, didn't it? Distant horizons. And distant horizons, if you look at the picture, because it's like it's not really anchored. So it's trusting in a way that you don't know how it will work out. So tell me about distant horizons for Sagittarius. That's too many. Distant horizons for Sag. Oh, there's the Hierophant again. I mean, you're going to take some time to try and figure out if this is good for you. Right? And to be honest, Sagittarius, you may have to completely just abandon having to know all the facts. Like this Hermit energy. You may have to jump into this without knowing whether it's the real deal or whether it is, you know... Oh, right. The Page of Wands. That's exactly what's happening. You know, you may have to just jump in without safety. You know, that's essentially what that's saying to you. Knight of Wands. Six of Wands. This is really telling you, too, this may involve a move. It may involve relocating. But there's a sense that you are going to have to, even though you don't totally trust this person because they've disappointed you in the past, maybe made a similar promise, and you're just going to have to decide to, well, whatever. I'm going to jump in, see what happens, and and you do it. And it actually turns out well because the Six of Wands is here. There is success here. With the Ace of Pentacles, it actually is the real deal, Sag. It is a golden opportunity. And I feel like this has something to do with partnership. I'm not totally sold on it being love. I really feel like this is an opportunity for a new life for you. Chariot. And maybe even a move, Sag. Just saying. So I'm going to skip the focus and everything since I've already taken up so much time. And Sagittarius, I'll talk to you again soon. Toodles.